For coming out today for Macbeth in Shakespeare in the Parkview field. Now, sound, although it's gotten a bit better, is going to be a bit of an issue. So if you're in the third row, that may be a little bit difficult. I would recommend coming down to get a bit closer. The closer you are, then you'll get sprayed with blood, and it'll be very cool. That being said, there's a couple of acknowledgements we need to make. Tyler Aldisberger has composed a lot of the music that you'll be hearing today. And I also want to thank the band Culloden for recording a song that we've used during our credits. This has been a wonderful journey. Thank you for coming out for the play. We're going to do a great job. That being said, please put your hands together for Macbeth.
When shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
Cattle air, the set of sun! Where the place?
Upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin.
Anon!
Fair is foul, and foul is fair.
Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that?
Hail, brave friend! Say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst leave it.
As two spent swimmers that do cling together to choke their heart, the merciless Macdonwald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of currents and gallowglasses is supplied, and fortune, on his damn quarrel smiling, showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak for brave Macbeth. Well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune, with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, like valor's minion carved out passage till he faced the slave, and ne'er shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chaps and fixed his head upon our battlements.
A valiant cousin, a worthy gentleman.
As the sun gins his reflection, shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break. And from that spring whence comfort seems to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark! No sooner justice had than valor armed compelled these skipping kerns to turn their heels. But the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
May not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare, the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, which doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. I am faint, my gashes cry for help.
So will thy words become as thy wounds. The smack of honor both. Go get him surgeons. Who comes here?
Oh, the worthy Thane of Ross.
What a haste looks through his eyes. So should he look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king.
What comest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king.
where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that of Balana's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And, to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness. No more will that Thane of Cawdor deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine. A drum, Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land. Thus you go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day we have not seen.
How far is it called to port? What are these, so withered and wild in their attire, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it? Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me, by each at once her chappy finger laying upon her skinny lip, and, well, you should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor!
All hail Macbeth. Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that which outwardly ye show? See, my noble partner you greet with pleasant grace and great prediction, of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can see into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me who neither begs nor fears your favors, nor your hate.
Hail.
Hail!
Hail! Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo! Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Well, stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. My sinner's death, I know I'm the Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? Say from whence you gain this strange intelligence, and why you stop us upon this blasphemy with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
As it seems, Corporal, is breath into the wind. Would they have stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king!
And Thane of Cawdor, too. Went it not so?
Oh, to the self-same tune and words. Hey, who's here?
The king has happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. As thick as hail came post with post, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What, can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane, yet lives, but under heavy judgment bears that life, which he deserves to lose, for treason's capital confessed and proved have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor, too? The greatest is behind. Thank you for your pains. Do you not wish that your children shall be kings when those that gave Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
This trusted home might yet unkindle you unto the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes, to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles to betrays and deepest consequences. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told. Happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. not be ill, not be good. Ill, why hath Ernest given me success commencing in the truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. Good, then why do I yield to that suggestion? Whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock against my ribs at the use of nature? Pleasant thoughts are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise.
Look how our partner is wrapped.
Chance shall have me king, then chance shall crown me without my stir.
New honors lie upon him like our strange garments. Cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stand upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain is wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us for the king and think about what have chanced. And in time the interim having waited, let us speak freely each our hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Come, let us go.
His execution done on Cawdor. Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I did talk with one who saw him die, who did report that very frankly, he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving it. He died as one that had been studied in his death. To throw away the dearest thing he owned is twere a careless trifle.
There's no art defying the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. My worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now weighs heavy on me. Thou art so far before the swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved that both the proportion of thanks and payment might have been mine. I only have left to say, more is due than more than all can pay.
The honor and the service in doing it pays itself. Your highness part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne, states, children, and servants, who do but what they should in doing everything safe for your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have planted thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. And noble Banquo, it is no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you, whose places are the nearest, know that we will establish our estate on our eldest Malcolm. Whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, whose honor, which not must unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of stars like nobleness shall shine on all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor, which is not used for you. I'll be the harbinger and make joyful my wife the hearing of your approach. So humbly take my leave.
Our worthy Cawdor, 'tis a peerless kinsman.
Prince of Cumberland. But that is a step that I must fall down or else or leap, for it lies in my way. Stars hide your fires, let not light see my deep and dark desires. The eye wink at the hand and let that be, for what the eye fears when it is done to see.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor. By which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with Hail King that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing, and be ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised, yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Hie thee hither that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it's true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath, and scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, which croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep the peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substance you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold. Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here, tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your hand, your eye, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He whose coming will come and must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle, it hath a pleasant seat. The air, nimbly and sweetly, recommends itself to our gentle senses.
All our service in every point twice done and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend the honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly and wish to continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could tremble up the consequence and catch his surcease success, then but the blow will be the be-all and end-all here. Here upon this bank and shoal in time will jump the life to come. In these cases we still have judgment here, which but teach bloody instruction, and which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends our poison chalice to our very lips. Besides this, Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, have been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast. O heaven's cherub, forced upon the sightless carriers of the air, shall blow the horror deed in every eye that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick decides my intent, only vaulting ambition, which falls on itself or else leaps the other.
He is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you're not, he has.
Well, we will speak no further of this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinion from all sorts of people, which will be worn now with its newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest, the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat at the adage?
Prithee, I dare do all that may become a man.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling up at my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums, and dashed the brains out had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his hard day's journey lend him? His 2 chamberlains will I with wine, and will sail so convinced that memory, the water of the brain, shall be a fume. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie, as in death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only. Thy undaunted mettle shall compose of nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 in his own chamber, with their very daggers that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs, and clamor roar upon his death?
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to the feet. Away, and mark the time with fairest show. False face must hide what false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12?
I take it is later, sir.
Hold, take my sword. There's nuisance in heaven. The candles are all out. Here. Take this too. Heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. O merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Hold. Who's there?
A friend.
Ah. What, sir, not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath showed unusual pleasure and sent forth great larges to your office.
Being unprepared, I will became servant to defect, which all else should have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, maybe we can spend a word upon that business, if you will grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you will cleave to my consent when 'tis, it should be an honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment. But keep my bosom franchise and allegiance clear. I shall be counsel.
I repose the while.
Thanks, sir. Like to you.
Is this a dagger I see before me? Handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision as sensible to feeling as to sight? Art thou a false creation, a false dagger proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee as palpable as that which now I draw, and thou marshals me the way. Such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made fools of all the other senses. Yet I see thee still. and on thy blade in dungeon gouts of blood which were not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business that instructs us to mine eyes. Now our one-half world nature seems cold. Wicked dreams abuse the curtain's sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings. With a murder allured by the sentinel of the wolf. Howls his watch in stealthy pace. Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design moves like a ghost. Sure and firm, said Earth, tread not my steps. For where they walk, for fear that stones may prate my whereabouts. Take the cruel horror from the time. Whilst I pray he lives, words to the heat too cold breath gives. It is done. I go. The bell invites me. Duncan, hear it not, for it's a knell that invites thee to heaven or hell.
What hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. 'Twas the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sterns good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged them, each their possets, that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live, die.
Oh, who goes there?
Alack, we have awaked, and 'tis not done. I am afraid the deed and the attempt confounds us hard. I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss them. He not resembled my father as he slept. I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Did thou hear his noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did you not speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
Aye.
Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
One did laugh and sleep and the other cried murder. They did wake each other. I stood and heard them.
Consider it not so deeply.
One did cry God bless us and the other amen. As I stood here with these hangman's hands listing their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Wherefore could I not say amen? I was in most need of a blessing, and amen was stuck in my throat.
What do you mean?
One did cry sleep no more. Climax have murder sleep. Macbeth have murder sleep. But still it cried sleep no more. Glamis shall sleep no more. Cawdor shall sleep no more. Therefore Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that cried? My worthy Thane, do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, wash this filthy witness from your hand. But why have you brought the daggers from this place? Go, take them there, and smear the sleepy grooms with blood!
Oh, I go no more. Look upon it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood which fears a painted devil. If ye do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Oh, Neptune, Ocean, please wash this blood away from my hands. They which rip not the multitudinous seas, and incarnate making the green one red.
At the south entry, retire we to our chambers. A little water washes us of this deed. How easy it is then. Constancy, have left you unattended. Hark, more knocking! Get on your nightgown, this occasion calls us and shows us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To myself is to know thy deed. Duncan, with thy knocking, I would if thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hellgate, he should of old turning the key. Huh. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, have napkins enough about you, here you'll sweat for it. Ha! Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith. Here is an equivocator that could swear in both scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator! Knock, knock. Who's there? Here, an English tailor brought hither for stealing out of a French hose. Oh, come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, knock. Never at quiet, what are you? But I'll devil porter this place no further. I had thought to let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon! Anon! I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, that you went to bed? That you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cup. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
Yes, and what three things does drink especially provoke?
Nose painting, sleep, and, urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes, and it unprovokes. It provokes the desire, and unprovokes the performance. Therefore, much drink could be called an equivocator with lechery. It makes man, and it mars him. It sets him on, takes him off, persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to, and not stand to. In conclusion, she equivocates him in a sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
Aye, that it did, sir, in the very throat on me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think being stronger than he, though, he took up my legs a time or two, yet I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awakened him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow both.
Is the king stirring, worthy Thane?
No, he isn't. I will take you to him.
I'll make so bold as to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He did appoint so.
The night was unruly where we lay. The chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in the air of strange screams of death and prophecies with accents terrible. Strange, dire portents of grim alarms, and newly hatched in that awful time, the obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
It was a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee!
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made its masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder has broke out the Lord's anointed temple, and stolen thence the life of the building.
What is it you say, the life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight. With a new Gorgon, do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Malcolm and Donalbain! Banquo, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look upon death itself. Up and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Donalbain, countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What's this business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. For the repetition on a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Banquo, Banquo! Our royal master is murdered.
Well, alas, in our house?
Too cruel anyway. Dear Duff, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I died an hour before this time, I'd live a blessed life. But now there's nothing serious left in mortality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead. The wine is drawn, and the Middle East has left the life devoted to braggart.
What is amiss?
You are and don't know it. The head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
By whom? Those of his chamber have seemed to have done it. Their hands and faces were badged with blood, and their daggers were lying there, which we found unwiped upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Well, I do repent my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
To be wise, amazed, temperate, furious, and loyal all in a moment. No man. The expedition of my love outrun the palsy. Reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver hair laced in his golden blood. His gash stabs look like ruins, wasteful, look like ruins, gash stabs look like ruins for wasteful entrance. His murderers, steeped in the color of their trade, their daggers unmannerly greased with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love and the courage to let love known?
Help me, Hans! Oh.
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues?
What should be spoken here? Where our fate hidden in Angerhole may rush and seize us? Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet, to question this most bloody deed, to know it further. Fear and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
So do I.
So we all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contended.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office the false man does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland, aye. Our separated fortunes shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers and men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This deadly shaft that's shot hath not yet lighted. And our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in the theft that steals itself, and there's no mercy left.
70 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowing.
Thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act threaten his bloody stage.
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done.
Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience as they would make war with mankind.
Yeah, 'tis said they eat each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Ah, here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world now, sir?
Why, see you not?
Is't known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those whom Macbeth has slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's own sons, have stolen away and fled. Which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition, that wilt raven up thine own life's means. Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named, and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Cummelkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things done well there. Adieu, lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Farewell.
God's venison go with you, and with those that would make good of bad and friends of foes.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whine.
Harp your Christ, 'tis time! 'Tis time. Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails flow.
Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Why, how now, Hecate? You look angrily. How did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? Go, get you gone. And at the pit of Acheron meet me in the morning. Thither he will come to know his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide, your charms and everything beside. And that, distilled by magic sleights, shall raise such artificial sprites as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and he hopes, above wisdom, grace, and fear. Hark, I am called. My little spirit, see, sits in a foggy cloud and waits for me.
Come, let's make haste. She'll soon be back again.
Father of many kings. If there come proof from that, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well? Set me up in hope? Hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I will request your presence.
Oh, let his highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with an indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my lord.
We should have desired your good advice, which would then have grave in today's council. We'll take up that tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper.
Fail not our feast.
Oh, I will not, my lord.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers' ears with strange invention. But of that tomorrow. Hie you to your horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my lord.
Well, I'll commend your horses sure as foot, and you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be the master of their time till 7 at night. God be with you. Zero, a word. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gates.
Bring them to me. To be thus is nothing. To be safely thus. My fears in Banquo stick deep, and his royalty in nature reigns something to be feared. 'Tis much he dares, until that dauntless temper of his mind, he doth have the wisdom to guide his valor in safety. There's no one else whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as Mark Antony was to Caesar. He tied the sisters when they put the name of king upon my head, and bade them speak to him. And then prophet-like, they held him father to a line of kings. I put rancors in the vessel of my peace. For them, precious Duncan, I have birth. Only for them, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo's kings. Rather than this, put fate into the list. Champion me at the utterance. door. I'll call you when we're done. Was it not yesterday we spoke?
It was, so please your highness.
It was. Was it not Banquo who held you in less fortune that you had thought was my innocent self?
You made it known to us.
Do you find your patience so predominant that you can let this pass?
We are men, my liege.
Both you know that Banquo is your enemy.
True, my lord.
And so he is mine. With such bloody distance that every moment of his being goes against my nearest of life.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Acquaint yourself the moment on it. And do it something from the palace. I would require a clearness. And no rubs, no botches in the work. Fleance, who goes with him, whose life is less material to me than his father, will suffer the same fate of that night. Get thee anon. I'll call for you straight.
We are resolved, my lord.
Thank you. Banquo, thy soul take flight. If it find heaven or hell, we find out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
I am a lady, but he returns again tonight.
See to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madame, I will.
Not had all spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorry fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. Duncan is in his grave. No malice nor poison can harm him.
Come on. Gentle, my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, and I pray you, my dear. Speak remembrance of Banquo. Give him eminence in voice and tongue.
You must leave this.
Full of scorpions is my mind, dear love. Thou knowest that Banquo in Fleance lives.
But in them nature's copy's not a turn.
And there's comfort yet. They are assailable. There shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
And what's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, until thou applaudest the deed. Good things in day do droop and drowse, when night's dark agents to pray do rouse. Thou marvels at my words. Read thee. Be still. Go with you.
Who does bid thee join with us?
Macbeth.
He, said our mistress, since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with streaks of day.
Get us
Now.
a light there!
Then 'tis he. The rest, there have been a note of expectation, already are in the court.
His horses go about, almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men do from hence to the palace gate make it their walk.
A light!
'Tis he. Stand to it.
It'll be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Fly, good flames, fly! Fly, thou mayest revenge!
Traitor!
Who did strike out the light?
Was not the way?
There's but one down. The sun is fled.
We have lost the best half of our fare.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. The first and last, a hearty welcome.
Thanks, Your Majesty.
Thanks.
Ourselves will play your humble host and mingle with society. Our hostess, who currently keeps her state in time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks they are welcome.
See, they greet thee with hearts and thanks. Sit. I'll sit here in the back. Both sides are even. Be large in mirth. A table, around, a table, the table, a drink, a table round. There's blood on my face.
This bank was.
It's better to be without than within. Is he dispatched?
Aye, my good lord. His throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Thou art good, and thou didst the like of fleas. Thou good did, thou be the non for real.
Leon's instinct.
My fit again. Solid as rock, founded as stone, as grounded and encased as a breathing air. Fine. Saucy doubts and fears. The bank goes safe.
Aye, my good. Safe. In a ditch. By what trench gap. The least that we make.
Thanks for that. There the old serpent lies, but the worm that's fled and time venom will breed. No truth for the present. Get thee gone. I'll call for thee straight.
My worthy lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often vouched. From thence the sauce to me is ceremony, meeting or bear without it.
Sweet remember, sir. Appetite wait on digestion and health on both.
May it please your majesty, sit.
Here we have our country's honored root. The gracious Banquo here, whose absence we shall blame on unkindness rather than mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please it your highness to grace us with your royal company.
Well, this table's full.
Here is a place, sir.
Where?
Here, my lord. What is it that moves your majesty?
Which one of you have done this?
Done what, my lord?
Oh, thou canst not say that I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. Upon a moment's thought he will again be well. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am. And dare look at what would appall the devil.
Rubber stuff! This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Well, these flaws and stars and pockets to true fear would well become a woman's tale at a winter's fire, authorized by her grand damn shame-made filth! What? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Thou canst not speak, then nod. If carnal houses bring back those that we bury, then our monument shall not be marred with kites.
What quite unmanned in folly?
Just stand here, I saw him.
Fie for shame.
Blood have been shed here now. No times when the brains were out, men would die. They return and push us from our stools. This is stranger than murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, friends. I have a strange infirmity that is known only to those that know me. A drink. Fill full with wine. Cheers to Banquo. If he were here, whom we miss. Cheers to all in all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avant! Hence! Get thee away, unreal mockery, hence!
Todd, think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom, 'tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
Come at me like the Russian bear, the arm-knife rhinoceros, the Hyperion tiger. Take any shape with that! It's gone. I'm a man again. Pray thee, sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
How could this be that you can dare look upon and keep your ruby red cheeks while mine are blanched with fear?
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
Blood will have blood, they say. What is this night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
What is this that Macduff has denied our bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
No. Tomorrow I will seek again the weird sisters. I am steeped in blood. So deep that I can wade no more.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Be good to sleep. We are yet but young indeed.
My former speeches have but hid your thoughts, which cannot interpret further. Only, I say, things have been strangely born. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not, in a pious rage, straight to the two delinquents tear, who were the slaves of drink and the thralls of sleep? Peace. For from broad words and causes did he fail his presence at the tyrant's feast. I hear Macduff lies in disgrace. Sir, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff has gone to pray the Holy King upon his aid to wake Northumberland and the warlike Seward, and this report has so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did.
And well that this might advise him to a caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake, cauldron boil and bake. Eye of noose and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. For charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble.
Liver of a blaspheming Jew, gall of goat and slips of ewe. Add thereto a tiger chaldron for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with the baboon's blood. Then the charm is firm and good.
Oh, well done. I commend you for your pains. Now everyone shall share in the games. And now, about the cauldron sing like elves and fairies in a ring, and chanting all that you put in.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by what you profess. How come you to know it? Answer me what I ask.
Speak.
Demand.
We'll answer. Say if thou'dst rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Come
high or low, thyself in office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Beware the Thane of Fife. Beware Macduff. Dismiss me. Enough.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee?
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man. For none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
What is this rises like the issue of a king? It wears upon his brow the round top of sovereignty.
Listen, but speak not to it. Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care. Who shakes, who frets, or where conspires are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Birnam wood to high Dunsinane hill shall come against him.
That can never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree, unfix the earthbound root? I have one question more. Will Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and a curse fall upon all thee.
Show.
Show. Show. Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Where are you going? Answer me my questions. You look like the spirit of Banquo. The crown does blind my eyeballs. Second. Third is like the fourth. Filthy hags, why did you show me this? Another line stretched out of the crack of doom? That you carry. Why do you show me this? See, 'tis true. Blood-bought of Banquo, comfort his. Go. Let this day stand accursed in the calendar forever. Come in without there.
What is your grace's will?
Did the witches come by? Will you come by you?
No, my lord.
Did you not see them?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air they ride upon, and damn all that trust them. I heard horses. Who was it that came through?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my lord.
Aye. Thou dost anticipate my cruel exploits. Now on. The first things of my heart should be the first things of my head. A siege on Castle Macduff. Take on Fife. Give Edgar the sword to his wife, his babes, and all that fall in his line. Take me where these men are. Lead me to them.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. Where actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife? To leave his babes? His mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly? As little as the wisdom, where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest cuz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Fathered she is, and yet she's fatherless.
If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Hence, with your little one. I am so much a fool. Should I speak further, it would be to my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
My lass, thy father is dead. What wilt thou do? How wilt thou live?
My father is not dead, for all you are saying.
Yes, he is dead. What wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
God help thee, little monkey. But what wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him.
Little prattler, how thou talkest. What faces are these?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified that such as thou mayest find him.
He's a traitor.
Thou liest, villain!
No,
What?
no,
You
no,
egg!
no!
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birthroom.
What I believe, I'll wail. What no believe, and what I can redress, as I shall find time to friend, I will. What you have spoke may be so perchance. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something that may be deserved of him through me. And wisdom to offer up a poor, weak, innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. And though all things foul wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubts. Why in that rawness left you wife and child, those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking? I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, poor country. Fare thee well, lord, for I would not be the villain that thou thinkest, not for the whole space that's in that tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each day a new gash is added to her words. I think with all there would be hands uplifted in my right. And here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands, and yet, with all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword, my poor country will have more vices than it had before. More suffer in sundry ways than ever by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice, so grafted that once they are open, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
There's no bottom, none, to my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids could not fill up the cistern of my lust, and all continent impediments o'erbear that would oppose my will. Better Macbeth than such as one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. It's been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and the fall of many kings. But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours.
With this, there comes in my most ill confection such staunchless avarice that, were I king, I would cut off the nobles from their lands, desire his jewels in this other's house.
Scotland has foisons to fill up your will, of your mere own. All of these are portable, with other graces weighed.
But I have none. Had I power, I'd pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Scotland, Scotland!
If such as one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not fit to live! O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant, bloody scepter! When shall I see thy wholesome days again? Since the truest issue of thy throne stands by his own interdiction accursed and doth blaspheme his breed? Your royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore you,
oftener on her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. For these evils that thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples and reconciled my thoughts to thy truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth by many of these trains has sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from overcredulous haste, but God alone deal between thee and me. For even now I put myself to thy good direction, and unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to woman. Never was forsworn. Scarcely coveted what was not mine own. At no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth and in life. My first false speaking was this upon myself. What I am truly is thine, and my poor country's to command. Whither before thy here approach, old Seward with 10,000 warlike men already on a point of setting forth. And now we'll together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things all at once. 'Tis hard to reconcile. See, who comes here?
My countrymen. Sir, amen.
Stands Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile.
Oh, relation, 'tis too nice, and yet too true.
What's the newest grief? That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
And how does my wife?
Oh, I have words that would be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause? Or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Your castle is surprised. Wife and babes savagely slaughtered. Merciful heaven.
My children too.
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence! My wife, killed too?
I have said. Be comforted. Let us make medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All of my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, hellkite, all! With all my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop!
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. But I must also feel it as a man. I can but remember what such things were that were so precious to me. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it!
I could play the woman with mine eyes, and braggart with my tongue. Gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland within my sword's length, set him! And if he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This time goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our liege. Macbeth is ripe for the shaking. Powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights stood watch with you, yet can perceive no truth in your report. Tell me, when was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I've seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, hold it, write upon it, read it, and afterwards seal it, and again return to bed, yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation of nature to receive at once the benefits of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, apart from her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
Look, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What emotion is there? How she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her, to seem thus washing her hands. I've known her to continue in this a quarter of an hour. Yet here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes forth to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damned spot out, I say! 1, 2. Well, then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie, a soldier and a feared. What need we fear when none can call our power to account? Yet who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
Where is she now? What will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more. You marvel with this starting.
Go to. You have heard what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I'm sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known. Smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well, well, well.
Pray God it be, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those that have walked in their sleep who have died wholly in their beds.
Wash your hands. On your nightgown.
Look not so pale! I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried! He cannot come out on his grave!
Even so.
To bed. To bed, there's a knocking at the gate. Come, give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God! God help us all! Watch over her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance and still keep eyes upon her. And so, good night. My mind she has mated and amaze my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revenge is burning them for their dear causes. Would that the bleeding and the grim alarms excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we meet them. That way they are coming. Who knows if Donalbain be with his brother?
For certain, sir, he is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's son and many other unrough youths who even now protest their first of manhood.
And what does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he is mad, others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarvish thief. Well, we make our march to give our obedience to where it is due, to meet with the medicine of our sickly weal, and with him pour out in our country's purge each drop of us, or so much as needs to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march to Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. To Burnham Wood removed to Dunsinane, I shall not take with fear. What is this boy, Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The mortal spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. Let no man born of woman have power upon thee. So fly all false things, and mingle with English epicures. The heart I sway by and the mind I bear shall never sag with doubt or shake with fear. Satan! I am sick at heart. Satan, I say! This push will cheer me ever or deceit me now. I have lived long enough, and all that accompany old age I should not look forward to have. Like obedience, honor, love, troops of friends. In their stead, curses. Satan!
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I will fight till from my bones the flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Score the country road. Kill all that sleep with fear. Give me my armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
You'll cure her of that. Canst thou minister to a mind disease? Pluck away the rooted sorrow? Raise out the written troubles of the brain? Remove the perils of her weighted heart?
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physics to the dog, doctor. I'll none of it. The thanes fly from me. Dost thou know any rhubarb chyme or purgative drug to rid the country of these English hints? Dost thou know of that?
Aye, my lord. Your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not die in fear of bane. To Burnham would come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing.
What wood is this before us?
This is the wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery ere and report of us.
Shall be done.
We learn no other, but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane, and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope. For where there is advantage to be given, both less and more have given him the revolt. And none serve him but with constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
Time approaches. It will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues must arbitrate, towards which advance the war.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls. Still the cry is they come. Our castle's strength would laugh a siege to scorn. What was that noise?
The cry of women, my good lord.
There was a time when such a sound would frighten me. But I am a fool and supped and slept with horrors. What was that noise?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. Would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow. Keeps in this petty pace, day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. A tale told by an idiot of sound and fury. Thou comest to use thy tongue. Speak quickly.
Gracious, my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but now know not how to do it.
Say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar. Slave!
Let me endure your wrath, if it not be so. Within the 3 miles may you see it coming, I say, a moving grove.
Thou dost speak as false. Thou hang from the tree till famine rid thy bones. Fear not till Burnham would come to Dunsinane, and now Burnham would come to Dunsinane. Armor out! Ring the alarm bell! Wind, blow, rock! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough! Your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead the first battle. Macduff and we shall put upon what else remains to do, according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath! Those clamorous harbingers of blood and death!
They tied me to a stake. I cannot fly bare like I must fight the course. I will not hear fear of any man of woman born.
What is thy name?
Thou be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
Nor one more fearful.
Thou liest. A bored tyrant with my sword? I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
My name is Macbeth. Swords I smile at and weapons laugh to scorn. For man is of woman born.
That way the noise is. Tyrant, show thy face! If thou be slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns, whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword's unbattered edge I sheathe again undeeded. There thou shouldst be. By this great clatter, one of greatest note seems bruited. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord! The castle is deadly rendered! The tyrant's people on both sides do fight! The noble thanes do bravely in the war! The day almost itself professes yours, and little is to do!
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle!
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on my own sword? Whilst I live, the gashes do best on them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor.
Spare thy charm!
I will not yield. Throw down my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff. I will not cry hold enough.
Let the demon that thou hast still served tell you that Macduff was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped!
I would the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by this I see, so great a day is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing.
This man, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived but till he was a man. the which no sooner had his prowess confirmed, but like a man he died.
Why then God's soldier be he.
He's worth more sorrow, and that'll spend for him.
He is worth no more. He parted well, paid his score, and so God be with him. But here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King! For so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's head. The time is free. I see thee, encompassed with thy nation's pearl, that speak their salutations in their minds. Voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. And what's more to do, that would be newly planted with the time, is to call home our exiled friends abroad, who fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, whom as 'tis thought, by self and violent hands, took off her life. And what needful else be set upon us by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place. And so, thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
Kat and Sophie are here to help me thank not only Shakespeare from the Heart, our directors Noel and Caleb, also the Fort Wayne Dance Collective for being amazing tonight, right? Used to performing night shows. But we are also here to thank you, our audience, because without you, we're nothing.
Give yourself a round of applause.
That's it.
Boom.
Is that better on your bit?
Here, I'll give you.
No, you can keep that. Keep your hair up. Yeah.
How'd you get away with it this time? No, I'm on you.